Let's move on now. Now, research has shown that Nigeria's tomato supply gap now stands at 700,000 metric tons, depending on which you want to follow. The country now produces about 2.3 million metric tons of tomato per annum, which represents 27.8% increase from 1.8 million metric tons produced by the country in 2018. And one of the significant policies of the federal government to encourage local production of food, CBN placed a restriction on the importation of tomato and tomato paste. Although this has led to significant investments in the production of the fruit, leaving Nigeria as the largest producer of tomato in sub-Saharan Africa. But there has been a huge supply gap in the industry, which was previously filled by the imported products. With Nigeria considered the largest producer of tomato in sub-Saharan Africa, let's discuss the possible challenges facing this industry and, of course, the prospects of producing tomato paste in the country. I have joining me the right person to talk about this is the President and Chief Executive Officer of Erisco Foods Limited, Mr. Chief Eric Umoefia. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Tolu.
It's great to have you join us on the show.
Thank you.
First, I saw that when Dr. Kechuku was talking, and he talked about reducing imports and promoting more of exports, you were nodding. How did that come to you? What do you think we really need to do about our import and export issue before we go into other issues?
Thank you. First of all, I want to sympathize with the management and the board of TVC for the huge damage I saw here today, and sympathize with our governor of Lagos State, that of Oba of Lagos, and President Buhari himself, because of this damage will still burn down to people, government to find a way to put them back. If hoodlums are protesting, they don't know the impact or damage they're doing to themselves, because these buses are the ones where they are the ones that are using it. No, so we cannot go to bus again as commissioner. It's not possible. They should please know the limit of what they can damage or what they can protest to. We support NSAS to create jobs, but not to damage. The same NSAS we are doing to promote police and other people's salary. Now the same police are killed, stations are burned. Even my own town village, police were burned down. It's too painful. But I prayed and I pray to God that I will understand the situation now, both government on their side and we people, so that the country will move forward. But this damage didn't start today. It's a very long issue that caused this explosion today. We can't discharge anger on the present government, even though they have done some error, but God willing, it will be corrected very soon. Amen. Inshallah.
Amen. Great. Yeah. So let's talk about with the tomato industry. A lot of figures are reeled out when we started this. What is the real state of that industry?
You said it correct. We're the highest fresh tomato producer in Africa, yet the processing side is not considered the same way. The simple truth is this. Since about 6 to 8 years now, I have been shouting on how tomato will be self-sufficient in tomato in this country. My heart is bleeding. I'm not happy. I will continue to be angry until simple things we should produce in this country and export are being done. But unfortunately, the so-people call their financial managers, they don't know how to manage industry, and they can never know. It's not happening not only in Nigeria. They don't know how industries are working. We have capacity to produce from tomato that is wasting. It's more painful. It's more painful for any that food items are still imported into this country. And we are proud, saying we are capital of Africa, saying that we are self-sufficient. Upon the blessing God gives to us, then I think some of the senses are taken by foreign countries. Number one is that we prefer to buy foreign-made goods. Why? Is it government, is it President Buhari that said, don't buy made? The President has said, eat what we have, produce what we need. And we responded. Unfortunately, this is not what is in present mind that the system is doing. And people will leave this that have causing the problem and blaming the government president. What can president do again? He has set us standard and do the policy where what will make us to recover and come to become giant of Africa. But the MDA managers are doing different things entirely. Or let me put it this way. They are trying their best, but their best is not enough.
Not enough.
In the area of controlling, which is tomato pest, I think we have done as a single person, I have done overdone my best, but the system don't want it. Probably because I'm not among the cabal, or who are you to come and do well in this country? What I saw in other countries, how they produce, how the economy moves well, is quite different from here, because real sector, take it anywhere you like, real sector is what will deliver work on table of Nigerians easily. No other way. And it's unfortunate that up till now, that after NSAS, no government MDAs are even nearer what is the problem. You want to create jobs for our youth. Yes, by how? Without supporting. I have been running my factory less than 15% of my raw materials. I buy money from autonomous markets. I don't have money for my raw material. I don't have money to my spare my factory. How can they be creating job? The system will go and favor importers. That will import. If I invested half of money I invested in my tomato factory, I have riding 2 aircraft now, private jets. We sacrifice what we have to help this country to grow. The people on top of the MDAs that control finance decide to choose who they want to manufacture. Isn't that manufacturing is not like a political appointment. I appoint you this way, I appoint you, go and do it well. It's from intentional, it's from inside, it's from gift of God. No matter how much you have, for us, we work with our money. Money doesn't work for us. We practically show what is manufacturing. That's why we strive to make sure that our factory, we set up a big factory that we have been producing to export to African countries. Because the people in the MDS, in banking industry, they don't understand what the manufacturing, they don't care. Close down and go. Yes, they are supporting another one to come.
We see CBN coming out with the foreign exchange policies, talking about agriculture.
I'm saying practically, maybe they don't want to support somebody like Erisco. I don't know. But with them, without them, I've even resigned to their faith. They don't do what they want. I don't care. I'm telling you the practical one, that my factory, as an example, despite the fact that government itself, presidency supports what I'm doing.
Yes.
No, likes it, but everything. Yes. But the MDA does not want you to exist, because probably you are not among them. You are not among people that want to succeed. Incidentally, I didn't grow my business. I didn't grow from here. I have my business in Angola, and I did well there. I have my business in UAE. It's from there I came here to establish my factory. So I wasn't among all the people that they think they expect somebody that they will go and come and bring it. It's like go and forcing elephant to the sea. Drink is another problem.
Yeah, yeah.
You see, I have written to CBN for support on how tomatoes that is wasting in our farm will control.
Storage issues.
4 times, no reply. What I had, that the same submission I made was used to give some foreigners. We like to support foreigners, thinking that they are here for good. Yet they are killing us. I was in Angola, I made big money. My thinking was how do I come to Nigeria to invest it. That's just what I did. And these people are human beings. They are defending their country at any time. If you like, give them anything, they are loyal to their country first. COVID has shown us, listen, we don't want to hear. COVID has shown us that without indigenous manufacturers, nothing will work well. Nothing.
Nothing will work.
But no indigenous here. You're going to bring a foreigner that pretend that make the same people that when I was fighting for ban of tomato free, they said that Nigerian tomatoes are not good to use. Same people turn back overnight and become friends of banking industry in this country, and they are giving them support as investors. Yet, you are investing with Nigerian money. If you are an investor, if you are an investor without foreign exchange, it's fake. It's criminal. They are supporting them. We find it difficult to operate and pay our salary of our staff. For example, during the COVID, we didn't produce, we didn't run well. We didn't sack anybody because I'm a Nigerian. I don't depend on the profit. I depend on how do I do to these people. Because of they are Nigerians, we just cut salary that we are returning back to them now. Just a way to carry the economy forward. I didn't sack anybody. And I'm not making, because I feel that I am better than these people. No matter what, I supported, keep supporting, to help Nigeria to grow. Don't like what I did to my own village the other day. I gave 100 million out to helping economy, the village people to come up. This was dying in small sickness or dying of hunger. I think it was shown on television. Well, if I have been supported enough, up till now, I don't produce up to 15% of my capacity. Every time in this country, 40% to 45% of industry in Nigeria are not working. And you tell me you want to create job by how? This country needs to think well now. We should stop being boy to these foreign countries. Ordinary tomato that will grow in our backyard. We cannot be able to process it well. Then you want to do it. The other day I was watching television. I saw Chinese aircraft bought by our Air Force. Assembly in Nigeria. My heart is just beating. Ordinary China. Ordinary China to come. China of yesterday that have been crying. Pakistan aircraft. Which one have we done? Do we have spoke here? No spoke of bicycle. Talking about motorcycle. I think this is a time that government should think well. Bring people that have interest of this country as the manufacturers. We need to work together for country to move forward. Not to bring experts. Every time I bring economic experts, they are telling us expert idea. Let them go and try their experts in pure water. Let me see how it's going to work.
I'm worried about the issue of storage and processing.
This is why tomato is the most delicate item to produce among the production of anything, in food item. It's not the rice, so it's not beans, it's not corn you can store. The lifetime of tomato is from when you plug it 7 days maximum. Then the plant, the whole called tomato refinery plant, that will require to government in China. 99.5% of them is owned by government. They started by government and now leaves back to people to continue to pay. So that plant is minimum of $30 million, and it works only 2-3 months a month. Who will go and invest money there if not government? Yet these people don't want to hear. But in the son of this current minister of Trade and Industry, yes, both the senior minister and junior one and director, they are perfect, they are excellent. They are now putting the policy in plain fairness. Wow. Before, how can you go and the same banking industry that say, don't bring in foreign exchange, I will not give you foreign exchange. Go back and want to accept one person to go and give in the same thing to go and impose. So that will kill other companies down. Politics of assault is our problem.
Yes.
We are not yet through to get this thing that I'm telling you today. I've said it before. There's no way I can do agriculture without adequate processing. Adequate processing, number one, because you can guarantee farmers anytime, if I farm on this one, I make my profit. Not you farm on trial luck. Whenever this thing is short supply, you make profit. If it's growth, you lose money, you run away. That should stop. All these anchor borrowers you are seeing, they are giving. I agree, but they cannot work in tomato. I still stand to say, when they tell me how it's going to work. Anchor borrowers tomato must work with the manufacturers. If I give somebody on anchor borrowers, anchor go and borrow the money and come, and my machine is bad. I don't have money for spare parts. How can I accept it? What happened? Manufacturing is not by too much money, too much change, or too much school. I didn't go to school, but I tell you, I have more conscience than those ones that go to school. And I work hard better than them, by the grace of God.
I read that you're planning to relocate to China. How true is that? Because yes, we've been hearing that big industries moving out of the country, yes, and we know it's negative for us. So tell us why this.
Now, that one came in when I have tried my best. Just imagine, if presidency supports your investment,
yes, I'm aware of when the
and MDA is not giving you support, how can you do? I'm being frustrated day in, day out. I said I want to leave because the factory money comes from outside. I want to take it outside also. But the president intervened and said, no, it's not what we mean. What we mean is that everybody will have their own fair treatment and support. That's why I'm making factory in this country. And they responded that time. But it's like, after 1 or 2 support, so claimed by them, they come back and hammer me more. But for me, I'm over 50 now, and I want to stay only 80 years, not greedy. What do I have to lose now? I tell you, God knows, if any government touch me again, I shut my company, I carry my passport and go, I eat my own thing like that, I will not beg for food. I bring this money down here, I didn't get it from here. And I have in Angola, I have in UAE, and I have my track record there. Then they want to know, why don't you start from Nigeria? Why must I start from Nigeria? I'm a royal man. I come to my country to support my country economy. And I've done nothing wrong there. And all the support I should see from presidency, they have done that. Then I'm suspecting that they even use me to go and lie. What is my business? I'm a contented human being. I don't want to be the richest man in even my village, but I want to help humanity to grow. That's why I'm existing. I live in the North for many long years of my time, and I have the system of whatever you see is how God wants it. And you should be contented and work for what you are having. Your having should be that's a good person every day, like house. Not when Christian will go and commit adultery to kill people. After he says, I surrender, so that God will bribe God. No. I believe in fairness in every time. I'm a human being, I don't do mistake. But when you don't do what you do, that's why they don't like me. If you don't do what is not right, I'll shout, oh, this is what you are doing that is not good to me. People will hear me. Come and kill me, no, but I've shouted. And I have no regret for it.
But policy somersaults indeed is negative to the growth of any economy. And Nigeria cannot be left out. Now that you're saying that this minister seems to understand what is on board, are you trying to now do things to synergize with them so that maybe we can address some of it, if not 100%?
Yes, but they don't have the capacity to do what they are doing. All you need. You must, government, both ministry and the finance institution, will come back to do things right. When the ministry, even the finance minister, refused to be compromised by singling some people out to give them special import permit, why? Why are you doing that if you are a fair man? So they refuse. Say, all right, if you want to give permit, we give. But why must we give special permit to important in this country about food? Why? We are not real to this country at all. We are just pretending because we have found ourselves there. So policy somersaults have made me to lose big money. When I believe in government policy, without knowing that there's government and system, government policy will be fine as it is now. System policy will kill you. And the only kill you, I don't have enough money to sustain myself. Because one thing is important in manufacturing. If you can't maintain your spare parts of your machineries, if you can't get your raw material like steam plate, how can you create job? That 45% of, in fact, machinery in Nigeria at any time is not working. The country is losing hugely, very big amount of money. If every machine is working now, then people will employ automatically. I tell you, yes. 20, 30 million will be engaged already. But in system of Nigeria, every money that CBN bringing is being managed as a banker, not as a manufacturer. Including back of industry, you must go to bank to clear yourself. The bank knows profit, profit, profit. The government system anywhere that support industry, they remove them from their central bank system. They approach you, they support you. Come, this is how many thousand questions you are going to do. This is how much support they are going to give you. We give you a target. You have to export so time. You have to produce so time. That's how to do. But here, we lose money. I lose money. And if you are my friend, people that I left as important, very slowly, they announce my superior in terms of money commanding. And I'm working loyal to Nigeria. One day I will die, they say that foolish man. So I advise people that want to make industry really to think if you don't have enough money, don't believe in verbal promise of these people. It's not right. Do your planning well before you enter.
Let's now look at, I was looking at you exporting products, like you said. You said you've been exporting your products to neighboring countries. When the border closure happened, how did that affect you? That's also something that manufacturers have complained about. How did that affect you? That just came to my mind now when you were talking.
Border closure is good thing. Somebody need to think is right and is good. When the border closed, you can't produce from your factory. Your machineries are being deteriorated because you are not using them. Acidic of tomato is dangerous. I lost billions of naira already because my machine is not running. It's like aircraft. If you pack aircraft anywhere, yes. You continue maintaining it. Yes. I've tried a lot to explain it. They don't want to hear. And they will be thinking they are doing well because Nigerians don't know what manufacturing. Hey, it's doing well. Foreign exchange is growing. Foreign reserve is growing. You are doing well. Then my foreign exchange is growing. The import, how much? You are importing. You can't feed yourself. And you are thinking you're a country. What are we doing as a Nigerian people? Even we as an individual, you buy foreign goods. How can government get money to operate? How? It's simple. The truth must be told because this NSAS shocked me. Yes. I've said I don't need any government support, any support from any bank in this country, and I maintain my position. What I'm saying now is for them. The other thing is for me. I don't want again because they have made me almost killed me for being loyal for this country. See, for the past 10 years, I never see only this one. You see who robbed their country by their actions.
Yes, I can see the
yes, see, I take it to the US anywhere. When we go to prison, they love it. Then, even some people have booked, I show and give them. Are we promoting our Nigerian own? Zero. If you go and promote foreigners and think you are producing Nigerian development industry, you are joking. Because any amount you give them, after 1-2 years, they will multiply it and be carried to, and they cannot stop them again because they say for the same money we come to take out from our country is. That's why most companies you see here, they make more profit in Nigeria than their own country. Their country, they are nobody. Here they are packing our money. I'm continuing to receive us for my own sake. For any reason, I'm not supposed to talk on industry again because I'm contented. I don't want to hear. God has blessed me without money. I'm not a greedy man, but I want to talk for the sake of generation not yet unborn. People are using this thing to insult the government that we know that they mean well. And people are turning it over for us to. I don't want to agree to this one-to-one. All I tell them, look for who is your problem. Blame them. The ministries, the MDs, all of them where they are not doing well. But some of them are doing well, though. Okay. And not of even the one that I said they don't do well for other things. They do well for others, but some areas they don't know. And they can't force themselves to know it. Already they get people like us to tell them if they agree. We have told them they don't want to agree. And this Nigeria belongs to one of us. Yes. And if I'm here till I die as a CEO of Erisco Foods, and nobody will change, but only God can change me.
Yes, God.
But if you are appointed, you are there for 8 years, 10 years maximum. You will carry your trouble, go. Another person will come in, whether I like it or not. And that's why Nigeria will continue moving forward. So the best we are doing should do now. I don't know why a country like Nigeria will not have target. See, we are still exporting our cocoa as law. Oh. It's not even, we are not even crave at all. If you are crave, we get Ghana, Cameroon, all people that are doing cocoa, we're not trying to set this price again. Let us establish our cocoa and export it as chocolate. Because they're making 10, 15 times more than what they bought from us. And we are looking at them and say we don't have work. We are talking cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Yet, if I come to have a factory and doing well, a year I make profit of 15, 20 billion. Government is owner of 30 billion, no? 30% of it. Okay, yeah. So if 30% of it, which means government is guaranteed money. But they don't know they don't know the quantum of money they guarantee to them. The fact that I pay VAT, I pay tax, I pay everything, I pay staff, I remove people, criminals from the street, reducing money that the army and police will budget to go and recruit family on the street. We pay them health insurance, removing the problem of the hospital. We pay them housing allowance, removing the problem of house. A lot of that's why it's a real sector. In Nigeria, we are not yet started. Until we start today, this thing will repeat again, answer will repeat again. Unless fast effort is being. Now, every state, every local government, every federal government, since you were born, I'm not sure I have had any industrial estate since you were born. Before I come to Lagos, I hear Ikeja industrial estate, or whatever industrial estate, now it's no more. Because the foreign people convince us that industry, government should have nothing to do with the industry. Yeah, they have used government money and plan to develop their own country. Come back here and deceiving our people, we are believing them. There are some areas that you cannot be able to do as a person. But no, it's not. The government is doing it to secure a problem for people. For example, now, see this tomato I'm telling you, tomato refinery. Yes. To make tomato from fresh to paste. We now develop a system that nobody has developed that will make paste from fresh, direct, but during harvest season. That's why tomato is costly now, because this is not harvesting season. Okay. So we will follow the strength of the thing. But if government has supported us, we have used the opportunity to mop up all the damaged one and refine it and keep and use when the season is off season. That has yet to be done. And we're looking for jobs, begging people to come, giving their own money. That is not even their own money. They transfer it and come and say, those documents, if you know how to criminalize documents, you are an investor in Nigeria. So this is the only thing we can do. Unless government start now to create more industrial estate. Go to Malaysia. Government build some small one for small people, big one for small. Come and rent for us. Do well. Then go back to where you want to get and do your own factory. But here, I am my own NEPA. I produce my NEPA, my own water, my own everything. We spend millions of naira every month to run the company. Yet they think it's profit. I'm young man, see my hair, I'm getting old because of the factory. I'm helping Nigeria to grow. And Nigeria want to kill me? God forbid. They will not kill me and I will not kill them.
Honestly, it's really nice giving us insights into all of this. Just in 30 seconds as we round off, or 1 minute max, can you tell us, let's assume all of this work well, government does what it's supposed to do, financial institutions do what they're supposed to do. What kind of economy will we have in the agricultural sector?
We'll be rejecting Americans from coming to our neighbors to get visa. Because we'll be so great in this country. We have what it takes to make this country to be great and financially buoyant. And it doesn't take time. Tomato will take you 3-4 months to grow. Just the machinery will take 1 year to 9 months to be done. Even the one I have, revive all the factory in Nigeria, you see the impact. But now that you don't want, and the one I have my own facility, I have my own life to live. You don't want me to help you, must I force you? If I cry much, my girlfriend, they say I'm the one that killed her. That's an Igbo proverb. And outside people said they answer the way and build another shagindi. They know that monkey has neck. They still tie on the back. The economy of this country, no matter what you put online, on paper, if you don't support indigenous manufacturers, you are nowhere and you will see it. Because we are genuine to our own intention. That's why I will be able to make small money. Even though I supported my people in my village. I'm coming to support every Nigeria because Erisco Food is 10 years this year, 40 years of Erisco Bumpet Group. And we are showing that because we love community, we are come from community. No foreigner will come here and do what we are doing in terms of helping humanity to grow. No matter what.
Really incisive there. I almost thank you. I can see that passion there. Chief Eric Umofia, he is the Chief Executive Officer and President of Erisco Foods Limited, breaking it down in the tomato industry, issues all around, and what it means. Thank you very much for your time. We hope to have you again on the show to talk more about this very shortly. Let's